so annoying. Why would it have muted both? OBS stinks. Like talking to nobody. Why wouldn't it just mute the scene that I had muted? It's alright. I'll have to learn about that, I guess. But welcome. Calls BTR. Laura Reuter. I'm glad you're here. I had no idea that I would be competing with Tuesdays with Tor. It's a better show. Go watch that. But I have to get in. I have to get in the reps. What's there's an open and a 3-bet and a call between? You just can't call here. It's setting money on fire. I have too much respect for money. Yeah, I was talking to nobody there for a minute. I was muted. It's very embarrassing. I can't figure out OBS. See, I thought that I could change the scene and then, mute my mic just in that scene because all the inputs are different. But apparently, it's not how it works. I'm pretty sure it should be how it works, so it's somehow something I fucked up, but it's still annoying. We will go ahead and open sevens. Getting 3-bet by the button is not great. But we will call. See what happens. We whiff is what happens. We'll just go ahead and fold. But I'm glad you're here, hanging out. Maybe you just want to save the podcast. That's okay too. That there is something very special about getting to see Tor, isn't there? Just the way he looks. What time is Monday Night Football? 8? You can tell what a man I am. I have no idea. Yeah, 8:15. Okay. Niners, Colts. And the 49ers have locked it up, right? I don't know how that works. Adjust that. I find the bridge noise very soothing in my headphones. check on the low board. King 10 has a surprising amount of equity here. When they go almost 2/3, I could probably just fold. When they stab a larger size, though I just saw this guy bluff. Pretty big. ME9808, welcome. Good to see you. You have cheese, chili cheese hot dog fries in the air fryer? Wait a minute. You got to describe these a little better. I need to. So wait a minute. Hold on. So are they fries with chili and cheese and cut up hot dog on there? What's going on? You need to tell me more about this. That sounds amazing. But welcome. 3-Name Bandit. What is happening? Good evening. Glad you're here. I know 3-Name Bandit wants to know about these chili cheese hot dog fries also. So please, feel free to let us know. We are interested. Very interested. Like, I have an air fryer. Sounds like something I can make. If you're just joining us, I embarrassingly started this stream with my microphone muted. I still don't know how this fucking software works. But annoying. So then it creates more work for me because I have to pull it from the live side and edit the beginning of it out. And then put it back up in videos. So it's fries, chili sauce, cheddar cheese, and cut up hot dogs. Jesus, this is amazing. The decision to call with sevens here in the cutoff is mostly about whether I think that I would get 3-bet. This person's pretty aggressive, so I think the range is a little wider than it should be. Jason from Connecticut, welcome. I had no idea that he was going to have the Tuesdays with Tor live going on. Look, that show is without a doubt more entertaining than this one. So if you could just stop by in here and hit the like button, or if you have 2 devices, even better. I'm going to call on the king high flop and see what they do. When they check here, I think currently I have the best hand. A lot of the time. And now I'm going to bet targeting like ace high. So I have to go pretty small. I can't get carried away. But I do want to go for the maximum. But yes, if you've popped in here and you also see Tuesdays with Tor pop up, it has to be better than this. I'm not throwing you out of here. I just didn't know that we were streaming at the same time. Yes, please, Emmy. Send me a picture of these things. I have to know how they work. They sound delicious. Like fries, chili sauce, hot dog. Yeah, it's amazing. 3-Name Bandit. We need to be doing this. What have we been doing with our life? Nodak, as always. Gentle reminder to hit that like button. I appreciate it. Welcome. If I had 1,000 Nodaks, I would have already hit the goal for so the next milestone The next milestone I need for YouTube is 500 subscribers, and they're climbing every day, and it's awesome. Like, I thank you guys so much. Like, it really means a lot to me that you're here and you stopped in. And I've gotten a lot of really positive feedback about this, that it's like not overwhelming. It's kind of a cool hang. So I appreciate it when you guys are active and chatting and, telling me what you're eating. I like that. I like food. I want to know. This is a place for it. It's also a place for poker discussion and questions. But feel free to share your recipes. I understand, Three Named Bandit. I appreciate that you're here. But there is something about being able to look at Tor. He's still fun to look at for me. Him and Largemouth Ass. I could watch them all day. If 6-5 off in the small blind, the person in the big blind's extremely tight, so I might be able to just open any two cards. Like, it might be profitable if they're truly that tight and just steal their blind. Which doesn't sound like much, but an extra $2 here, an extra $2 there, it's pretty great. Oh, Three Named Bandit, you have to drive like I have. An hour. I've gotten used to it. It really doesn't bother me anymore. And I get to listen to the show, which is great. But not for much longer. Springtime. Springtime, I am quitting. Quitting the job. Interesting development on this that we're going to want to watch. Amir opened. C bet the flop. Oscar called the flop. Then led the turn. Did he just open fold? I didn't even know you could do that. It's very strange. I'm glad you're here. Has everybody got their Christmas stuff ready? It's all done. Emmy, I saw those cards those Christmas cards you were paying. They were awesome. If anyone is somehow in the chat here, also not in the Chad Duke Show Patreon, you're missing out. But Emmy posted the Christmas cards she was painting the other night when I streamed. Was that last night? It all runs together. They look great. They're amazing. What in the world was that hand? What happened here? What did he show? Alright, so this guy's crazy. This guy right here. I wish it would let me tag him. Oh, I can. I forgot. You right click. You gotta right click. So it's helpful to know if just generally somebody is fishy. Three Named Bandit, Ashburn to Fredericksburg. Jesus Christ! The express lanes go south at night, right? Yeah, right. They flip it like what 3:30 p.m. or something. But they're really expensive. So if you don't have like a company vehicle, you're screwed. Nathan Farley, welcome. Farley. I need a graphic that beams. I'm not ruling it out. It's like a whole other thing I have to learn. Um, I'll work on some stuff. Not ruling it out. I might be trying to bluff a crazy person here that can't fold anything. But we're going to find out. I'm going to bet small here to see if he raises off, if he has like a sneaky set or something. Man, I think we just have to jam it in there and see if he can fold. We bet small. I mean, he gets here pretty wide. We're just targeting missed flushes. I probably don't have to go that big. Oh my God. Yeah, this guy's crazy. And if he's not folding a 3 there, then that's actually great information. No, it seems like it's not, but it is. I should be trying to get it in all the time with value then. We will bet. 7 doesn't do much. We whiff. And this guy's pretty crazy too. I think I'm just going to have to give this one up. I mean, I just bluffed. You just saw it. Right, sometimes I win. What's he doing there with ace 4? I mean, this is crazy. We're in crazy town here. This is a great table. Great table we have. Yeah, I think the river give up there was okay, Nathan. I beat his misdraws, though I wasn't expecting him to have that hand, so who knows. Like, you got to be careful there, because if they have that, then they have wacky underpairs. Like 2s. Then I go, oh, well, I win here a lot, and then you lose the 2s, where if I just bet something, they probably would have folded 2s. But who knows? I mean, these guys are both a little nutty, so... This table's going to be all the action tonight. This is where it's going to be. So weird. They like sit down, went crazy. You'll sometimes see this, like they'll sit down, go crazy, and then build up a stack. But this guy's technically even. So it's weird that, like, Oscar is quieted down now. On table one, the small blind limped, and I bet. I raise. I just raise any two if they limp. I flop top pair. It's pretty good. Top pair is probably still really good here, and I have the draw to the super nuts. I mean, technically, it's not invulnerable. I mean, it's pretty thin, though, so we'll check here. It's not a great card. I'm going to lose to any 8. I'm going to just check behind here and win an awful lot. All right. Yeah, I mean, people will limp from the small blind, then call a raise with whatever they limped with. But that's an atrocious hand. There's no reason to call the flop bet. The ranges are so wide, you have to fold a lot. Right? So pre-flop, the ranges are really wide. The only way that your equities become close is somebody has to start folding hands. So you should be over folding on the flop. People are like, oh, I'm over folding. Like, yeah, solver over folds too. Because that's how you bring the ranges of hands closer together. That's how you get the equities close. Look, the 8 of spades would have been silly there, wouldn't it? Straight flush. I think I've had a straight flush less than 5 times ever. Over probably 400,000 or 500,000 hands I've played. I lost the database at one point that I know of that had a couple hundred in it. And then I have a couple now. But I was playing on sites where I couldn't track. So one of them has over 200,000 hands, and so who knows? But yeah, some of the sites I can't. Those who chase straights and flushes usually leave on trains and buses. Well, yeah, that's generally probably pretty accurate, Jason. I mean, they get there at the appropriate amount of, they get there as often as they're supposed to. Over on table 2. This will be interesting. The hijack opened the small blind 3-bet, so I actually folded a reasonably strong hand, but we're in 4-bet or fold territory. I wish I would have liked to see the showdown there. Get some better information. Just don't know what these crazy people are doing. Open pocket fours on table 1 and got 3-bet by the small blind. Fours are just bad. I think in GTO land they're a call, but if you ever have seen charts where they show you how much EV that hand's expected to make, it's marginal. And then if you adjust for the small blinds under 3-betting, it's suddenly a losing hand to defend. And rarely online are you getting the correct price to try to set mine. Or just not deep enough. Live's a different story. This is the flop from Star Trek, The Next Generation, Cause and Effect. Is it? I don't have the memory, Chad. I've been watching so much TNG, though. A lot of times I'm doing other stuff. It's so soothing. I'll be like working on graphics or whatever. And it's just on. It's on before I go to sleep. I've been so damn busy. I haven't caught up with Landman. Any of you watching Landman? So I think I'm, what, 1 or 2 episodes behind on Landman now. I'll have to make some time. Oh, man. Nathan Farley, thank you so much for the Venmo. I really appreciate it. That's awesome, man. Yep, the new career. Yep. We open pocket twos on table 1. It's interesting because I almost always see bet here. Because the big blind defends so much, you can just kind of get them to overfold. But 2s has showdown value. So I'm kind of torn, but C betting everything isn't the end of the world. It's still definitely profitable. But yeah, thank you so much, Nathan. I appreciate the Venmo, man. That's awesome. Hold on. Yeah, that's worth it. Get a Venmo from Nathan Farley. Yeah, it comes springtime. Hopefully everything will just somehow magically fall into place. I will, I'll sell the house. I'll be moved. So I'll be gone for a little bit when I move. But okay, so a very tight player. Oh, it's so tempting once there's a caller in between. And this guy can make a lot of mistakes. You just got to be careful post. God damn it. I flop a gut shot. Backdoor flush draw, but it might not be good. I'm not blocking anything relevant. When he bets multi-way, even though he's the original raiser, I think his worst hand that he bets here is King Queen. Do I really need to peel one? Do I get paid if I get there? I don't know. It's close. It's a lot closer than you think because it's just a gut shot. I have 4 outs. Assuming that he has suited hands, then suddenly, I have a 4th out, but, it bring, 3 of the of those cards bring in a flush draw that could interact with them. Which isn't the end of the world. Jordan Anderson, Aquaman. It is blue here, isn't it? I like the blue. I think the red would be a little too harsh. A little too much. Welcome. Learning a lot about positioning. Look, position is everything in poker. Basically, so the way to think about this, right, is to use an extreme example and then work back from there. Is if I was at a table with 6 of the best cash game players in the world, but I was always in the button, I would actually probably like, not lose. I might not make a bunch of money, but if I could always be in position, pre and post flop, in ultimate position, it's worth so much because they don't get an opportunity to exploit my mistakes. It's just the way the game works. Table 1. We will make a kind of a loose call here. Just for funds. Ace-high flop. They're probably going to check a lot more than you might think. We turn 2 pair. Life is great. Time to blast. Could I even get away with like an overbet? Probably. I don't think an ace is folding for 1. If they have a weak ace here. Flush draw isn't going anywhere. Stu Magoo, I'm over here now. I'm playing poker here now. It's weird. This very tight player. A lot of what you're going to see them flat from the small blind here are going to just be small pairs, which are worth effectively the same as folding to like a normal open. My open was a little big with the limper, but they're probably right on the cusp. Look, even a fish betting multi-way into the pre-flop aggressor. It's just not... if he's bluffing, he's bluffing, but they don't bluff a lot there. That is not where they find the bluffs. Even fish, multi-way, online. The multi-way pots tend to keep them honest. It's a little wide. I'm distracted. I'm distracted because I think Emmy sent me a picture of her food. Which is all that matters in life. So, opening this hand stinks. Oh! Oh, these look tremendous. Marcus Hodges, welcome. Nice to see the stream again. Riker Sean, yes, welcome. I'm glad you're here. I'm looking, sorry, I'm distracted. Emmy, from Emmy and Ryback, sent me these chili cheese hot dog fries that she just made in the air fryer, and, well, I'm the fat man. Fighting Zucchini, welcome. God, these look great. On steak fries, too. See, that's professional. I think if you're going to top fries, they have to be steak fries because you want the potato to come through and you want them to also carry the thing that they're topped with. There's too much steak fry hate out there. I'm not exactly sure, Nathan Farley. I believe... like if they're very short clips, like I could probably get away with it. There are some things with this software that I have to kind of work on for like adding in clips, like visual clips. I think I have to. I think like I need another component or something insane. What do these guys fold? I don't understand. I'm fat man. But yeah, I think there's some visual stuff that I'd like to add that I think if I keep it real short, it won't get flagged on YouTube. Right? Because it doesn't, like, it's not the center of the content. Tony Cook, welcome. Glad you're here. Oh, man, thank you so much. Thanks for streaming it in the background today. I appreciate it. The watch hours matter, man. You guys have been so generous. You know, the subscriber count, it's like trickling up. The big milestone is 500. Look, you know, got to reach 500 subscribers and then, 3,000 watch hours. But that's just doing this, right? It's making sure I'm streaming basically whenever I can. So sometimes it's going to conflict with the Chad Duke show. And again, you should always be over there. It's definitely more entertaining than this. But I also understand some people prefer to just keep the show for the podcast release. I was one of those people. You know, sometimes I would pop in, you know, send a super chat or something, but I rarely did I watch the entire taping because I wanted to listen to it in the car. You know, so I already have, you know, it's hard because I don't want to listen to the Wednesday show when it drops because I'm on that one. It's fresh. I try to check it out like on Friday to try to air check myself and listen back to it. But the day after, it's kind of I remember too much of it. Yeah, this video, Tony Cook, I started. Anyone that joined late, I'll tell on myself. I'm an embarrassment. I think the first minute, first the stream started, and of course it was just me looking at my phone. I'd had it set up. I wanted to show this screen. Then once I start the stream, it moves on its own. I don't know how to prevent that from happening. Then I look up, so I'm like taking an embarrassing selfie. So then I move it. And then, of course, when I want it to show that holding screen, I mute the mic. Because the first time, you could just hear me coughing or something stupid. But then when I start the stream, move to another scene, the mic in this scene is muted, and I didn't realize it. I don't think that's how it's supposed to work. It's awful. So yeah, very embarrassing. So that one, if I was really professional, I would pull down, edit the beginning, and then put back up. But then it goes in a different section on YouTube, and that's annoying. How we lost one of the fish at this table, it's upsetting. This guy is technically up $30, so he's tightened up. He came in like a crazy person. Lost a buy-in. Was unbluffable. Now you just haven't had. Now he won't play anything. Heyo, heyo. Rockets. Aces, baby. And we got an open, so we get the 3-bet. Let's get lucky. Come on. You know you wanna. All right, flats. From out of position, I actually just do a lot of checking here. I don't get to check raise a lot with aces. I don't think that do I really want to play for all of the money? So this is interesting because now I think that I want to bet. Basically, I don't want there to be a lot of fold equity at any point. Oh, I've run out of my time bank here. This sucks. I don't think calling's a great option. I just want to put it in if I think that he ever has hearts here. I just want to put it in myself. So I'll put it in. Hope he has hearts. And that's basically a coin flip. Whoa! That's wild. I don't really know. It's an interesting. I'm going to think about what he did there some more. I don't think it's bad. All right. Ace King here. No action. I have to think about that hand. It's very interesting. Because when he raises, it'd be. I think online he wouldn't have queens there. I think he just is just prepared to get him in pre-flop. I think it's hearts, but when he makes the decision to raise, my all-in isn't that much more, really. Once I call his bet, it's not a large all-in. I'm very curious about the line, like, before I criticize it. I'm not sure it's the word, like, because I was kind of in a bind there with aces. Like, how do I feel if I have king-queen? So it's really unusual. But I don't think it's a great line. Like, a lot of his best hands just want to call and let me bet because he's in position. And even if he calls the flop and I check the turn, he gets to bet. And now he's sitting out. And he didn't top off. So he's probably a fish. And who knows why in the world he bet. Or raised like he did. I don't understand it. We will call the 3-bet, but Queen Jack suited is like kind of a scary hand. The flop misses us entirely. No reason to start bluffing this early with a hand that can't improve to anything. Now it's curious. I'm going to bet small. He calls. The board pairs. So an interesting thing about the board pairing is that suddenly pairs get a little stickier. Yeah. He had the flush anyway. He was not going anywhere. Interesting move for him to check twice. Because I'm not going to blast off. Like, my turn bet, I think, is definitely profitable. Like, as a one and done. They're just going to fold a lot. Ace-9 suited. I could probably either 3-bet this or call. Either option is great or bad. Get a paired board. We're going to float one with an ace-high. Not great for us. Backdoor diamonds, because if he did have a diamonds hand that bets the flop, the turn is a pretty natural check. I was really kind of looking, if he went bet check bet, I could probably like bluff raise him, but yeah, assuming he's betting his entire range there, you have to defend with like those suited, a reasonable ace, because he has ace deuce, ace three, ace four, ace five. He has suited king 5, king 6. Like those types of hands in abundance, and they're all going to bet small on the flop. Well, this is an interesting glitch, isn't it? What do I do with no cards? This is a first. What do I do? I guess I fold, huh? Oh, 6-5 off. It's like, I've never seen that glitch before. It's like waiting on my action. I'm like, well, I don't have cards. Tony Cook watching me learn the ropes is certainly part of the entertainment. Well, thanks. It's definitely getting better. Chad was very generous on today's show. It's certainly not for everybody, but it's a hang. It's meant to be a hang. I'd be the first to tell you that poker streams are, sometimes boring. But when you guys are hanging out in the chat, There's stuff to talk about. It's great. Very interesting. Because I don't think this is a bad player. When they call there, I expect a lot of middling pairs, especially with the fish in the big blind. The lead is interesting because I generally think it's pretty weak. That's pretty small here. It's half the pot. Call again. That sucks because now his like 6-7s, if he does have them, pocket sixes just improved. He checks. God, I don't think I can bet. I think I'm just going to check back here and win a lot. Wow, this is impressive. We do have kings here. Rhett. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. I don't know if I want to put the hashtag ASMR. I'm not sure those things really work. No, thank you for saying it's not boring. Good. You know, we get to hang out. It's a good hang, I think. Go back and look at these chili cheeseburger steak fries or chili cheese hot dog fries that Emmy made. Hold on, let me hide. Can I do this? Okay, here. Can I show you guys? Look at that. Look at those things. Oh, yeah. I'm very distracted now. Going back to that hand on 2 where he led with pocket 8s. 8s could sometimes be a 3-bet. I was kind of surprised if he has it there in full. But leading is... It's strange because I'm not going to raise off my overpairs there, like ever. So he's probably better off checking. I bet. Then he gets a check raise. I'm calling 1. You know, so he still gets 2 bets in. And the turn. It's interesting. I don't love the way he played it. It's pretty natural to check to me. I'm going to bet a lot. Yeah, so he gets a lot of opportunities to check raise. Yeah, I imagine they're just, you know, steak fries in a bag, right, Emmy? And you get some chili. Could be the chili of your choice. You got to air fry the fries a little bit first, and then add the chili, I would imagine, and the hot dogs, because they'll heat up pretty quick in the air fryer, I think, right? And then, if the fries are a little crispy before you top them, they probably don't get soggy. Steak fries is the pro move there. If anybody was not, if you weren't there at the stream for the Friday Night Hoot and you didn't watch it, I don't know how you incorporate it into your Christmas, but it's one of the funniest fucking shows that I feel like I've ever done. It was bedlam. And the visual element really would help. Don't give anything away in here. There's a hell of an announcement. And I think it's great. That'll be Christmas Day. And it's unbelievable. You can't incorporate this into your family Christmas. So maybe Christmas night you watch it. The kids are playing with their toys or whatever. I don't know. I don't know how you work it in. Yep, see? Yep, fries first to crisp up. All right, Emmy. I know a thing or two about the air fryer. I haven't used mine nearly enough. But I understand a little bit about cooking. Mashed potato chili cheese mix. Now look, that's probably not bad either. Okay, you take that's like a barbecue Sunday, but with a chili cheese hot dog. You know it's got to be good. If you took a baked potato, split that thing open, filled it with chili and hot dogs and cheese. You know it's a 10. Like, I'd kill for it. Oh man, that's high praise from Emmy. Big Bode fan. And still calling the Friday Night Hoot this past week an all-timer. I think it was an all-timer. So yeah, if you missed it, I believe it'll be up on Christmas. I just don't know how you incorporate it into your Christmas. But you have to find a way. Might be the greatest Christmas gift you've ever been given. This Freebird water you can get it at Commonwealth Dry Goods. It's so good. The can looks tremendous. Looks like an old beer can. It's just water. They have sparkling also. Very good. Three-name bandit. Oh, okay. So you're going to the Commanders. Oh, they play Christmas Day, right? Are they they're one of the Christmas games? Okay. Yeah. Cowboys. Yeah, it was interesting. I didn't see you up there, Three-Name Bandit. You're going to love it. It's an insane episode. Slizot, David Slot, welcome. Emmy's dropping some nuggets, some pearls of wisdom here. She's probably right. If you're at home, Christmas Day, and you didn't see the Hoot live, and it gets posted, I believe for subscribers. Yeah, after everyone's good and drunk, That's when, in the evening, that's when you'll want to put it on for yourself. It's an all-timer. It's an insane episode. And there's an announcement in that episode, which is earth-shattering, I think. It's going to be great. It's top secret. DC Sports Mark, this audio is ASMR. Well, I'm glad you think so. Normally I see bet my whole range here, but this person just is going to have so much weird ace X. Ace X. It checked twice. Now I'm betting for value. Like I could target weird clubs hands they might have. And I think they just have air or a better hand that I can't make fold here, so we just check. Yeah. Man, I think it's going to be hands I can't make fold or air, so betting makes no sense. There's no benefit to betting. Got to have a reason when you bet. All right. I still don't think I could tag my audio as ASMR. It's just not. But if you like it like that, if it's good in the background for you, then I'm happy. I enjoy. There's certainly things that I watch that I'm not fully engaged in, but I really enjoy watching them, and I'm glad they're there. And if this channel could be that for you, I'm happy. Well, I don't know that tagging it as ASMR is in any way beneficial. I don't think it's how tags work on YouTube, really, anyway. At least that's what YouTube claims. I could, like, sneak it in a tag and see if it finds that algorithm. That'd be interesting. But yeah, but every now and again, the problem is, like, is when this happens. You're just trying to relax. You know, you're listening to some, noises from the bridge here. And then all of a sudden I hit a red alert. Startle you from your sleep. Be horrible. Let's check twos. They have some value. You know, they beat all the ace hacks. What did they think about betting? See, they're probably thinking what I'm thinking, which is like, hey, can you get the hand? Could you get it? I bet I can get called by an ace. A lot. We're going to find out. No, didn't have it. If I can make this work full time, would I invest in getting my background to look like the command deck? I don't know. I would change it for sure. It has to work for other things. I have to be able to do videos here. I have to be able to stream, like, do the Chad Duke show. So there's ways to go about it, I think. And I will continue to stream. It'll actually be a little less probably when I do quit my job, because I'll be playing so much live poker. But yeah, I'll probably get something. Yeah, backdrop, like Emmy mentioned, maybe a step and repeat, like something. I'm just trying not to do a lot here. I am, only here for a few more months, hopefully, like 4 or 5. I've considered it, though. So I might change the camera, and if I'm doing that, then, I'm doing other stuff, but it's getting, it's crazy. Very busy. Rhett, you are not dumb. Like, nobody would know what these are. Unless you're a poker player. You have no reason to know. So it's VPIP and PFR. The top number is VPIP, which is voluntarily put money in the pot. Okay? So this person's incredibly tight. I mean, they're playing no hands. So voluntarily put money in the pot could just mean a call like this, right? And then PFR is like player first raise, okay? And then you can like hover over them in theory or click them to see their 3-bet percentage. Shit. The question is, am I really at the top of his range? They get to have a lot of bluffs here. Queens is not a hand you just want to flat with. If I had aces, I could consider it. Calling's a disaster. The SPR would be 1. We'll just put it in. Let's go. Let's go. Let's just hope it's not aces. If he snaps, it's aces. Ace king. It's a flip. Hearts. That's not good. Jack or queen. Oh, we lose to the flush. What a bummer. Yeah, I'm happy to get it in there, though. We're a slight favorite. Sucks to be on the wrong side of it. I mean, this person's played crazy. So, yeah, the VPIP and PFR. And when these numbers diverge quite a bit, like, that's usually a weaker player. Or if they're super low, I mean, this person's just a nit. We open queen 6 suited from the small blind. This is a hand that just kind of wants to get the showdown. Maybe play for 1 bet. So we check the flop, we check the turn, they bet, we're going to call. It's a small bet, they could have clubs. We river 2 pair, which is interesting. So I want to bet small myself, targeting their random 8x in their range. They might have a weak queen, but I don't think so. Seven five is the straight. I don't really see how they got there. They could certainly have a set of 4s, but river raises are usually pretty strong. I tend to overfold here, but in a really wide configuration, I think I just have to call with 2 pair. Yeah, they have a zillion hands. So, like, when you're really wide, like, their available bluffs, they just have a ton of them. Like, even hands like that make no sense, right? So, you just have to kind of go, well, let's see what happens. It does stink. It stinks when you lose those all-ins. It's part of poker. Let's see, tight. Over here, very tight. Over here, tight, aggressive. Card distribution, like, you can't pay too much attention to these numbers on a site like this because they only track them for the time they've been here. And there's not enough hands. Like, card distribution is a thing. Like, sometimes you just get smacked with a deck. So you're playing a lot of hands. A tight aggressive is kind of what you should aim to be playing. Like that style online is profitable. Yeah, it's hurtful when your river trips, but it brings in the flush, which you lose to. It's damning. All right, we got pocket queens again on table one. Let's see if we can, do a little better this time. This player's button calling range is a lot of pairs, like weak pairs. In some hands, like ace jack, ace 10 are supposed to balance it out. A lot of times what you really see, though, is, middling pairs, or even small pairs. Goes multi-way on a straightening board. Life stinks. Flopping an overpair here is just not great. You don't get to bet. Because we don't have a hand that wants to face a raise. So it sucks when you have queens and you just can't play for all the money. The button, if they had a really strong hand here, should have bet. So I am going to bet now. Like if they had nines or eights or something, they would have bet the flop. So I'm targeting like hands with a jack in them. So if he has ace jack off, that wouldn't bet. Or it might bet, but who knows? Sometimes they're going to check it back. And this player would have checked a lot. Just naturally in flow, people tend to play in flow. So you're targeting, a straight draw. But yeah, when you see this person is a fish. So they're making a lot of mistakes pre-flop. They just limp call, which we've seen them do. This person's just a nut job. Like, there's no reason to ever be this tight. Like, there's just no way that the deck is missing him that much. They're just sitting here nut peddling, which, look, Bet Rivers will let you load 8 tables. If they have all 8 up and they are just pure nut peddling, then I guess. I guess there's some money to be made. See, I really want to get this heads up with the fish, but I don't think that's what's going to happen. I'm going to raise, they'll call, and then this person will call, and I'm in a bloated pot. So I'm going to call because I don't think I'm going to isolate. Matthias here has some clue what's going on. And once he calls, this person calls. Once they lead on this type of board, where straights are possible and sets are very likely, you just fold everything. This person limped. This might be premature, but I'm already going to tag them as a fish. Actually, you know what? They might have posted, which is different. So I just checked from the blind because I wasn't paying attention to how we got here. I'm drawing to what might still not be the nuts. We'll just fold. Like, who cares? Sevens on table one. Looks like it's going to be a nutty pot. This person's not going to suddenly wake up and 3-bet. So we're hoping for a 7. Boom. All right, here we go. Here we go. If everybody checks, it stinks. No. Oh. If anybody had a 10, they would have naturally checked it. I have to go for a double. I have to try to check raise again. It sucks if it doesn't work, but basically, yeah, I can bet, and that's great, but I have to find a way to get more money in. The only way that I get to do that is with a check raise. Like, I can't just bet huge twice. Like, it just doesn't work. I mean, this is the worst thing ever. Like, what am I even targeting? No one has anything. It happens. It happens a lot more than you think when the pot goes multi-way with just an open. Is that nobody has a hand. So it's a bummer. You don't get paid. It is what it is. But yeah, I think I still like my check on the turn. I just want to play for more money than I get to put in. So I need the extra bet. The only place that I can get the extra bet, it's easier to think in those terms. Like, hey, I have a hand that wants to play for more than 2 bets. You know, checking the flop is natural. Leading there makes no sense. And there's my opportunity to check raise. And once the 10 paired, that's a card that anybody could have held. That would have made complete sense for them to have and not bet. So, trying again to check raise, because I think a 10 would have bet large there. It wasn't going to fold to a check raise. So if you try to keep it simple and go, hey, my hand wants to play for more bets than I get to put in. You know, if I bet myself, I only get 2 bets. If I check, maybe I can get, a 3rd bet in. Last night, we were on the right side of all the all-ins. Tonight, not so much. It's a shame when that happens. Well, it was so weird. Like, happened to look down at the streaming software. It's like, all right, what's my CPU usage? And it was like 1,000%. I was like, what are you thinking about? How that can't be right. And it went back to 2. It's like, what are you doing? Will open 7-9 offsuit from the small blind. you know, you're just supposed to be crazy wide. I haven't had much of an opportunity to do it, but I suspect that if I was to raise any time from the big blind and the small blind open, that it would be profitable. So my experience tells me in this player pool that they're fairly tight for the most part. It's weird because this guy came in swinging and now he's like locked up. And he's not even locked up in a win. If you're hanging out here in the chat, what is your Christmas meal that you plan on having? I need to know. I'll tell you mine. You might think it's sad, but it's not sad. I'm very happy about this. We're going to have spaghetti. I am steamed up. I don't think I've had my mother's spaghetti in 20 years. I'm so excited. Some Italian sausage. Oh, we got a fun hand brewing over here on table one. Let's watch. Holy shit. All right, this was the opener call 3-bet is what happened. Flop's a monotone straight board. He decides to c-bet it. I think that's a mistake. Unless he had... Even with pocket jacks or pocket eights, like... What was this guy doing? He opened pre-flop, then called the 3-bet? I don't like that. But he is a fish. They don't know. Prime rib, Jason from Connecticut. I like that. That's always usually, like, that's always what I've had the past handful of years. This year I didn't do shit. And my mother was like, I'll make spaghetti. We're all preparing to be in the poorhouse. I think they're doing okay. But, you know, I took the haircut. So now, you know, I'm preparing for cheap. But I'm so excited for spaghetti with sausage and my mother's sauce. Which is, like, not even crazy special. But I don't know. You got to have food like that from your childhood, right? My mom, we ate spaghetti so often, you know, because it's cheap as shit. But it was so great. So I'm very excited. So Jason from Connecticut got the prime rib. So are you smoking the prime rib yourself, Jason? Your mom's going to make stuffed shells. I like that. I really like that. Emmy, you got prime rib and crab cakes. Get the fuck out of here. Sounds amazing. Cheddar Bay sausage balls, crispy English potatoes. God damn, that's a Christmas meal. I like it. I very much like that. Yeah, I did a prime rib 1 year on the Traeger myself. It turned out great. Was very good. I shouldn't say I smoked it. I used the Traeger. It's not smoking. It's not like what the prolific Jeff Nelms does. Very wide open here, but we'll see. Oh, of course. Ace Queen over on table one. Oh, you do the 7 fish, Jason. One of them Italians. I like it. claims his 3-bet is 0%, but I swear to God, I've seen him 3-bet, right? If that's true in 100 hands, then, like, ace queen off is just not good. Ace queen off is one of those tricky hands. Like, it kind of matters. Suited does make the difference. I mean, his stat moved. If he really is 3-betting that tight, then I'm really comfortable just folding. Like, whatever. Because I don't know what outflopping him looks like. Yeah, everything Jeff Nelms posts is great. 3-name bandit, you're doing roast beef and ham and mashed potatoes. Yes. I love it. Oh, roast beast. Roast beast on Christmas it's a classic. It's like traditional, I feel like. I think I had that a lot growing up. Or Christmas Eve, one or the other. Whenever we would do it. It's a classic. Yeah, ham is good. Jason, $5.50 for half an hour. Okay, so to kind of get the outside going. Then you drop it down. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I think if you're going to do a big protein, you like the more protein, the better for Christmas. Same with Thanksgiving. Why do you have a turkey, but you can also have ham? Or prime rib. And the great thing is that you have all that protein left over. Because I feel like somehow you always have a bunch of sides left over and not enough of the meat. It's not what you want. Sheldon Jenkins, welcome. Love that I'm streaming poker. I appreciate it, man. Glad you could pop in. I don't know if I'm any good at it, the streaming or the poker. They're on the wrong side of the small ends tonight, but I'm happy with the play, so that's always good. Yeah, I'll be streaming. I'm just going to keep doing this. It'll be as often as I can, again, until I move, and then when I quit, then I'll be playing a lot more live poker, so there'll be more, like, I guess, vlogging, though I don't really know how to do that yet. And neither the local casino here, Sheldon, or the MGM allows filming. So, I don't know how to do it. Parlay Pope turkey should really be made once a month. It's so good and so cheap. It really is. It's so good. So yeah, once I quit my job and I'm playing more live poker, I'll probably only be able to stream a couple days a week, but who knows? I don't know. I haven't figured out. I haven't thought about how I want to do it yet. Ace-9 really wants to get heads up, but from out of position, even like, so what? I'll just call. We'll go 3 ways and hope to flop the nuts, which we don't. So you prefer live play. It's interesting, Sheldon. I got into poker online. So I prefer to play online. Like, streaming adds another wrinkle. But it's just me. You know, I'm playing 4 or 5 tables, and I could just get in the zone and do it forever. Not forever. I definitely get tired. But I turn an open ender in a very unique spot where I feel like the button should have c-bet a lot. We're just going to check. We'll probably have to call if he bets, depending on the size. Because now we're no longer drawing to the nuts. God, that's a big fucking bet. You know, I got dirty outs here. You know, the king of spades or clubs is kind of shitty. An 8 of diamonds would be nice. No. Well, we lose. Unless. Yeah, it's like there's just no way, right? Yep, no filming. They kick people out. I did ask. MGM doesn't allow it. MGM is kind of a gray about it, actually, which is frustrating. I think that if I was like big enough, like maybe an exception could be made. Like it's not outright against policy or something weird. Like you just need approval. Table 2 definitely need to be raising. I get 15, I guess, from out of position. I don't know. Oh, well, I misread that. I thought she called. I'm dumb. That was a huge raise. Doesn't need to be this big. $10 would have been fine. The turkey and brine rub at Commonwealth Dry Goods. Change the, yeah. You gotta get in there. You gotta brine the turkey. You can brine chickens too, and it does make them better. Because chicken's a weird thing. It's like it doesn't get any flavor from anything. I'll slow cook the shit out of some chicken and like shred it up and even after it's cooked, shred it up, leave it in there on low, like simmering and all the flavors for fucking hours. It doesn't taste like anything. Pocket jacks on an ace high flop. Life sucks. Oh, we have jacks on the other table too. This person just is not bluffing here. It's not happening. We can just fold jacks. No reason to get married to those. Monotone ace high flop. They're not. All right. Yeah, see, Sheldon, I think that they do allow some, like, it's not outright, hey, you absolutely cannot film here. You have to get permission, and they don't let everyone have permission. So it's very strange. They've checked twice. Like, it's pretty unlikely that they have an ace at this point, so what am I targeting? I could probably get called on a river bet a little better than I could here. Just because they have no draws. We just have to go small. Maybe they have a weird 10 or a 7. Just make that extra $6. Andy Schonard, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I will do my best to try to explain the 1, 2, the the 1 bet, the 2 bet, 3 bet, whatever. Here, I had to look at something on the second table. And positioning. So, again, all things being equal, let's just assume everybody playing is like a reasonable poker player at this table. Okay, this person clearly is not. Neither is this person. Um, but let's just assume they're, reg-ish. This the low jack opening position, so you always count from the button. Instead of going clockwise, you go counterclockwise. Some people will say, hey, this is under the gun because they're first to act, but it's not. It doesn't help. So you kind of go cutoff, high jack, low jack, big blind, small blind. And pre-flop, this is from like way back in the day. The blind that is put out pre-flop is considered the first bet. Okay. So we call, like, when you open, and then if you get raised, we call it a 3-bet because the first bet was the blind, and then somebody raised, they 2-bet, and then you 3-bet, but really it doesn't like look that way on paper. But it's like just from old lingo that just kind of stuck around. Out of position, 8th. Life sucks. He bets so small I'm going to call one. He's got a lot of hearts. Like he limp called. Who knows? They shouldn't really be stabbing very often on those ace-high boards, but they kind of overdo it. Now we'll just fold. Oh, and thank you for the Venmo. It's ridiculous. Thank you so much for the Venmo, Andy Schonard. Really appreciate you, man. Glad you're here. King of the Dudes on Friday. Hell yeah. But basically the way that you want to think about it, right? So, okay, early position, low jack. Their range should be pretty tight, and it gets a little wider as you go. So when they open, if they made it, whatever they make it, $6, my 3-betting range from the big blind is going to be very different than if the button was to open. Because the ranges look so differently. I'd pull up. I'm streaming, and BetRivers is really, really strict about like real-time assistance, like RTA, like cheating. I would pull up a chart, but I can't because I'm playing poker, and it would be against the terms of service. And they could freeze my account. But I probably should have called threes there. I probably should have shut up for a second. I could call that little bet with threes. This guy opens and folds to nothing so far. So your position is really important, and then where your relative position will be. And then, of course, online it's very nice. Like because you can see these stats. Like I get to call from places like the cutoff if the blind isn't going to 3-bet me enough, and they under 3-bet as a whole, and this person is basically a dead seat. So we got pocket fives. We just do better if this doesn't go 100 ways, really. Because we can basically always win against Stefan here if we get a heads up. Did I lose a lot of money on Black Friday? So what Sheldon's referring to was in 2014? No, it was earlier than that. God, I don't remember. I'm so terrible with time. But basically, during the poker boom, okay, if you remember the Chris Moneymaker, if you were watching poker on ESPN, like it was everywhere. And there was advertisements for poker sites all over the place. Full Tilt Poker, Poker Stars, everything. Bet Online, everybody had poker. It was huge. It was the boom of poker. None of it was legal, right? Because in America, we have all sorts of antiquated laws about gambling online, like connected from like the old mob days. So that's what they use to say, hey, this isn't legal. Like this is interstate gambling by wire or some shit. Now, this ended up being a good thing because some of those, was it Full Tilt, Sheldon? I don't think they're around anymore. I don't think I can. I think it was Full Tilt. I don't remember. Yeah, it was Full Tilt with Annie Duke and Craig Ferguson. And that was their big site. And there was another guy, Well-Known Pros. That site was insolvent. Like, they did not have the player money. They were basically using your deposits to pay the pros and advertise whatever the fuck they were doing. So it was crazy. It was the Wild West. They were paying huge sponsorships. Their rake back programs were insane. I kind of just missed that. So I just really started grinding on PokerStars maybe 2 months before Black Friday. So I had, it was PokerStars, so they were legit. The money existed. So the money got froze. I had maybe a few grand on there. But it got freed up like a little later. Well, Bodog, yeah, we'll go into that. But that money got freed up a little later, and I was able to get it out. And then the Full Tilt players, I mean, they got fucked. That money didn't exist. So basically, Black Friday was, and this was crazy. You could hear pro players talk about this, but imagine, and you could feel however you want to feel about gambling as a career or playing poker, but it's a job. And you had a lot of people in America that was their job, and they were paying taxes. They woke up and basically all those sites had like an FBI warning label on them and said this has been shut down by the DOJ. And that was it. So you had career poker players in the United States that just one day the American government said, no, you can't do that job. And again, the sites were shitty. Sheldon, yeah, you bring up Bodog. Bodog had a super user. Hey, Chad, what's going on, buddy? Welcome. Glad you're here. Well, I didn't know that I went up against you until the chat told me. I told them all to go over there. But yes. I encourage them to go watch Tuesdays with Tor because I enjoy looking at Tor. Like, Tor and Largemouth Ass are like the same to me. I could just watch them and study them. But I got to get my watch hours in somehow. Tuesday nights I'm busy. Friday nights I'm busy. So we're hanging out, man. You know, I gotta stream. I gotta do it. I'm talking about the crazy issues with poker back in the day when the government decided that Americans shouldn't be allowed to play. Absolutely, Jason. The problem was nobody believed at that time that it was illegal for those sites to operate. Like, no one believed that. They were advertising everywhere. You know, it wasn't. And then one day, without warning, the government froze them all. And there was no oversight. Again, it was a good thing. You know, Full Tilt was, without a doubt, a scam. I mean, they were just robbing people. They did not have the money. But that killed poker. A lot of Americans at that time, like pros, had to move to other countries to play, like to continue to play online. They transitioned into live players, whatever. But it was a rough time for a lot of, like, you know, pros at the time. You know, your monthly nuts, whatever, it's $5K a month, and then you wake up and now you don't go to work. The government said, no, it's now a crime. So yeah, they figured it out. Parlay popes, now there's gambling everywhere. Well, still not poker. The sports betting, those giant machines got enough money in the politics to kind of make it happen, I guess. But for whatever reason, poker, which is without a doubt a skill game, if it wasn't a skill game, then the top pros wouldn't always make it deep in tournaments. In other countries, treat it like a what do they call it, mind sport, like chess. It's not a debate of whether it's a skill game or not. They don't like it. It gets shut down. But the sports betting, there's so much money behind sports betting because that's where all the money's made. These companies like Bet Rivers don't make a ton of money from poker. I mean, Phil Galfond, who's a well-known poker pro, is involved here. My cards disappeared again. This is not a great thing. Same way on table one. But I remember that I had a hand I wanted to raise, so hopefully they come back. It's a weird glitch tonight. So yeah, sports betting somehow got that shit legalized everywhere. It's wild. But all right, this guy is in a lot of hands. So while it's pretty thin, I think that I can go pretty thin with top pair good kicker here. He's never folding a hand with a diamond in it. People that play that many hands just aren't letting go. Again, what is going on over here? We will check out position on table 2. This person limp raised. I am going to fold. A fish limp raised. It's like aces and kings. Table 2, I have king high. I think it just actually ends up winning a lot. This guy limped and I raised from the blind. Heavy chop. The income tax change. It'll change poker for sure. Like, the move is to play cash games and cheat on your taxes, I guess. Not financial advice. Not financial advice, but if the government wants to put a law in that you can no longer deduct gambling losses as a professional gambler, or you're capped at 90%, so you could absolutely be taxed on money you did not earn, then the correct course of action would be to not allow that to happen. Yeah, you're right, Sheldon. Locally, the big issue was that there was no local rooms at the time. So if you lived here or you lived somewhere that didn't have a casino and you're a professional player, when the government one morning told you couldn't play, your livelihood was just taken, which seems not quite American. Have I received a Venmo yet, Chad? I have. A couple. Sheldon Jenkins, Emmy Dotson, thank you so much. Very generous. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hold on. This is also the Venmo alert. It's for everything. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much. One day, hopefully, we can have super chats and I can put those up. But I thank you very much for the Venmos. I very much appreciate it. I'm glad you guys are hanging out and enjoying yourselves. Yeah, and like Sheldon, and a lot of people watching probably don't. What's that Kalshi thing? Seems kind of well. What's that, Rhett? I don't know what that is. Kalshi? Look, man, I'm in a hole. All I've been doing is working in this. So I don't know anything anymore. But yeah, even like, here's a legal online operator. They don't make a lot of money from poker at all. I live in a state in West Virginia that allows like casino gambling. So this site also has that, right? And that's how they pay a lot of their rake back and perks. Is in weird like money you can use at the casino, but not always for poker. What, you want me? No. Chad, you're evil, dude. You'll Venmo me $50 if I order a pizza for delivery live right now. I'm getting ready to stop the stream in like 10 minutes. So you just want me to order a pizza so I eat it? I can't eat it here. I won't even know that the pizza comes. I won't hear the door or anything. You gotta remember, it's very empty here. No, there's nobody to get the fucking pizza for me. But yeah, poker makes no money, so there's no money in poker lobbying. Sports betting, which is pure degeneracy. All right, let's work this out, Chad. So I can order a pizza now, but I have to get off in 10 minutes. Otherwise, the pizza, I don't know what they're going to do with it. Oh, I have heard of Kalshi, the weird-ass betting app. Yeah, I don't know about that one. And it's somehow legal in the United States, right? It's kind of like Polymarket. But Polymarket operates legally in Europe. It doesn't exist here because Jason from Connect, you'll match chats, but I can't. We have to be clear. I'll have to get off the stream. Like, I'm planning on getting off at 9 anyway, but I can't receive the pizza. I will order a pizza. I haven't had dinner. I mean, what are we talking about here? I'll post pictures of it in the Patreon group, in the Patreon, in the super secret supporter chat Patreon group. I'm a fucking boob. I'm a boob. We turn that joint, which makes it tough. We have to bet small again. Yeah, I mean, like, what's he calling with? Well, we have to hope he has a hand with a club in it or something. Jason, we're going to get you match Chad's 50. Again, I have to be clear. I will happily order a pizza. Happily. This is mean, Marcus Hodges. This is mean. I got to open this hand. I got to pay attention. Actually, Jack 3 suited is not an open from the small blind. The Jackson 5 is how you remember. Jack 5 is the worst hand that I should open there. Oh, so Polymarket is. So they've just allowed it. So that's how Kalshi also operates. I'll order a pizza, but we have to be clear about what you're asking me to do. Just order a pizza? Done. Hey, it'll have to be Domino's. What time is it? You don't think I'll order Domino's? Hell, I can even pay with Venmo on Domino's. I got that shit linked because I'm fat. Now, Jason, you're going to have to match it because my order is like $40. That means I only profit. Chad's buying me a pizza. Order online. Man. All right, hold on. Our Kevin Smith, you don't get to watch me eat the pizza. I'll be logging off. And despite what you might think, I can't hear the door. It's upstairs. I'm in the basement. But hey, make sure you guys are subscribed, okay? I'm getting new subscribers every day. It really helps. The next big milestone is 500. I'm like 100 away. See what kind of deals we have at my local. Sheldon, you're right. King's is good. The problem is I'm exactly in Charlestown. The King's most local here is not good. The Inwood King's, good. The King's in Shepherdstown, good. The weird Kings that I get food from, not good. Now once he checks a flop, I mean, I don't know. I'm not paying attention. I'm going to have to sit out while I order this pizza. We can listen to John Frakes or something. Because now I'm just playing bad poker. Like... All right, let me sit out there. Oh, they dealt me in. Fuck me. I got to play the hand. That's right. I have a basement, Sheldon. You'd like for this to just get heads up. We'll make it 10. That's right. If you ask Chad, it's the basement of my townhouse somehow, because he calls it a townhouse. It's hurtful. It's mean. We flop top pair shit kicker on a monotone. Now, nobody should have a straight here. But it is a monotone ace high board, so life sucks. Oh, you want me to call in the order? Oh, my God. I have to pay extra. Wait, I have to give him my credit card information. Are you out of your mind, Chad? What's wrong with you? I don't have any cash. You know, they need a card number. All right, now he's bet big with this fold. He's got it. I know it's an audio medium, but I don't know what you were getting at. I can't order in what? Give everybody my credit card information and home address? Are you out of your mind? It's worth way more than $50. What's wrong with you? Let's see here. Let's listen to this. Huh?
Biker Sean. Hey, it's Jonathan Frakes, Commander Riker from Star Trek, The Next Generation. Or, hopefully, you watch Picard, Captain Riker,
That's right.
At long last. The very thoughtful Chad has reached out, and he told me that you're working your tail off as a mechanic, and you're starting your own poker YouTube channel. I love the name, Number One Poker.
That's me.
Now, let me ask you a question. If you watched Riker play poker on Next Generation, and I've been thinking about this for years, why would he get in a game with Geordi, who could clearly see through the cards and knows what you're holding, Troy, who is empathic and feels the cards I have or don't have, Worf, who could kick my ass to find out whatever cards I do have, and Data, who's an android who has a brain bigger than all of us. Now, the only person he could conceivably take any money from is Dr. Crusher. Or maybe Picard, but he didn't join us very often. So good luck with Number One Poker, and happy holidays. That is for you, Biker Sean, from Chad, and from me. Enjoy. Bye-bye.
The greatest gift I've ever received. Ever. It's incredible. I can't order a pizza on the phone to my home. It's not like I'm at the office. Here, I'll order a pizza to your home. I'll send you. I'll call Marco's and order and send it to your house. What's wrong with you? So hurtful. All right, I think I'm not going to fire the tables back up. Yeah, it's the greatest gift I've ever received. Chad is a great friend. I know it doesn't seem that way maybe sometimes. If you're just listening, the amount of times that he's called me stupid or fat or a loser. All of those things might be true, but he doesn't have to say them in front of everybody. See, now the problem is the idea of pizza has been put into my head, and I'm going to get a fucking pizza. And I don't get anything for it. This is bullshit. Just mute the mic for the address. Have you seen me try to operate this? I have started 2 out of 4 streams muted, been unable to mute myself, then muted myself when I don't want to. I can't do this. I can't order Marcos here. I was talking about ordering it to your house. We'll see if you trust me to mute the fucking microphone when I tell them your address. Give me 50 to send one to your house. Well, look, the good news is my wallet is all the way upstairs, so I'm not doing it. But you've put the idea of Marcos, or not Marcos. I can't even get fucking Marcos. You've put the idea of pizza into my head, so now I'm fucked. Yeah, dude. Yeah, let's just look at John Fritz. Let's look at this handsome man a little more. 73. 73. You know what I'll look like at that age? I'll be in the ground. It's not true. I'll be ashes. I don't want to be put in the ground. I'll be dust. And if I go before you, Chad, you have to put my ashes in the studio. All right? I'll have to be how it is. But I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to order a pizza now. This is horrible for me. I want a pizza so bad. I'm going to order one privately and not somehow give out my address or Chad's because I will fuck it up. I'm just going to have to get a little bored. I have one. I need a better one. So then I can then I can mute it and I can see that it's like I can do it properly. All this work that I'm getting into. We ended the stream down tonight, so people like to know how much I lost. It's almost $400 tonight. I think everybody got to see the all-in. So it was basically the 2 buy-ins that I got in the money. We got it in good. We lost. That's poker. Can't control the outcome. All you can control is the results. No, wait, that's not it. I can control my decision-making. And my decision-making was clear and thoughtful and, concise. It was a good thoughts. We just didn't win. It happens. But we got it in good. So, yeah. Thanks a lot for joining tonight. I was glad you're here. Glad you came and hung out. Even Chad. Now I've got to shoot everybody out of here. I'll just shoot you out. I have way too much fun with these. I shouldn't. Blowing everybody up. Sending you out of here. Take it easy. Number 1 out.